course, I set it to Icelandic time because we share a love of the Aurora Borealis, Gordy.
Movie kicks off with some bad 90s sitcom dialogue, and I suddenly wonder if I've been tricked into watching a live-action BoJack Horseman.
Somehow you'd think that a man who can send a rocket into space would be able to manage a halfway decent birthday present.
This false equivalence being passed off as comedy in the audio track to your fake sitcom.
Nope.
This is not the nope we're looking for. Also, Comcast. Also 45 seconds for 2 logos. This feels like a still shot for a grisly 1990s remake of The Wizard of Oz. Also, it's so goddamn obvious that this shoe means something, and I love that. But are we supposed to have fun not knowing what it means until we consult second, third, and fourth sources?
The search for a group of missing hikers is set to resume this morning just outside Agua Dulce.
Everything we are hearing in the news report is relevant to the story. But did it need to be? Or could we maybe sometimes just watch a horse eating hay and let it be what it is?
Keep our heads up out the clouds on this one.
Foreshirony. This debris is the pocket remnants of some hikers that had recently been feasted on. So where's all the blood? The next time Denim Dan dines and purges, it will cover a whole house with blood. Here I would at least expect a light drizzle.
Pops!
That's all we get is 2 minutes of Keith David. You had Keith David and you went the 2 minutes route? He and Roddy Piper beat each other up longer than this. They live. No, he did. The man's been dead for almost 200 years, but you still can't trust Thomas Jefferson around black people. Also, would they have given OJ this coin so soon? Or at all, for that matter? Is this not evidence in an unexplained death? Okay, I could maybe see this being a representation of the police not doing their due diligence in the situation, and if that's the case, the movie will just have to receive this sin on behalf of poor police work. Having a key with one ring. A ring with one key. One key to rule them all. 1 minute of viewing the inside of this sphincter without knowing that we're inside a sphincter.
Your name is OJ?
This is an extremely strange way to show that this washed-up actor on a commercial set might be OJist.
Now, I know you guys know Edward Muybridge.
We do not.
Nope.
A nope by any other context would roll thy credits.
That's why back at the Haywood Ranch, as the only black-owned horse trainers in Hollywood, we like to say since the moment bitches could move, we had skin in the game.
This presentation deserves a whole lot more reaction to it, and that's probably the point, and it might even be true to life, but it feels like Emerald Spiel is too good to get just an isolated, embarrassed chuckle from the director. Also, Keke Palmer probably deserved an Oscar nomination for that clip alone, especially since Judd Hirsch got one for roughly the same amount of time in The Fabelmans, but the Academy apparently can't go past a total of 5 people in any acting category and constantly drops the ball on this stuff.
Your dad left an enormous hole, I know that, but don't worry, they'll be others.
I know that this is the guy who probably got Otis and Emerald the job, but who the f*** is this guy? He just showed up out of nowhere. This could have just as easily been one of the people on set we saw earlier, but they went with some random dude, stuck a northern exposure cap on his head, and put him in the film. Any Circle J involving horses. Oh, the well is a camera too. It's like everything in this movie is a fucking camera. I bet the goddamn villain is a camera. Could you imagine?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Emerald apologizes for making that picture better. Why does the poster for Kid Sheriff look way too much like the poster for Holes? Also, Kid Sheriff. These scissors on display for us to see are in no way related to making crafts. You know, I don't think anyone's ever accused Mad Magazine of being topical, but what the f*** are they doing flame-broiling Dante's Peak in July 1997 when that movie came out in February? In the real July 1997, Mad went after Batman and Robin, which was a recent release. Of course, Mad also went after July's Air Force One in December of 1997, so the sin, as always, is Mad.
Gordy's Home began airing in the fall of '96, and it was an immediate hit.
Movie wants me to believe that Gordy's Home had a chance against Everybody Loves Raymond, Moesha, Spin City, Third Rock from the Sun, Seventh Heaven, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Nash Bridges, The Jamie Foxx Show, Kenan and Kel, Arthur, Hey Arnold, Dexter's Laboratory. You know what? I can't tell if 96's TV lineup was stacked or if I just watched way too much television.
Network tried to bury it, but it was a spectacle.
How exactly did the network intend to bury a story about a chimp going on a murder rampage on the set of a hit TV show?
This Dutch couple paid me $50K to come in here and spend the night.
Those who don't respect other people's cultures, and the Dutch.
It's Catan. He's just crushing it. He is a force of nature. He is killing on that stage.
Movie then cuts from Jupe's story about the SNL sketch straight to the real-life incident that inspired the sketch. And now the story about Chris Kattan is definitely talking about the chimp's violent rampage, and it sounds like a super dark dad joke. Also, while SNL has been known to push boundaries, would they have made a sketch about a TV show where a chimp actually killed actors on set? I guess it's still funnier than your average sketch starring Chris Kattan, but that's f***ed up. And don't think I forgot about that Mad cover. So many institutions thought that horror was funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and look that one up on YouTube. Details, you know.
The typical reaction you receive after telling someone about CinemaSins somehow makes it into the script.
I was supposed to get the train jean jacket, but then Pops got some Western and Jean jacket wasn't mine no more.
It was Scorpion King, actually. It wasn't a Western.
Dashing your daughter's dreams over the Scorpion King.
Pops did something when he made this place. He changed the industry. That's real. I can't just let that go.
The weight that one carries when one suddenly finds themselves the heir and custodian to a hard-fought legacy. This is a heavy theme that is expertly carried throughout the movie. Busters and stuff in the machine, in the shell. Oh, I got it. Sam Wheat in the shell. No, wait. Sam Wheat on the half shell. God, turtles on the half shell. The views captured in these night shots are pretty awesome, and even more awesome when you find out it was shot during the day, and the new cinematography and visual effects techniques had to be developed to make these shots even possible. Emerald continues dancing as if the music isn't obviously fucked up. And yes, she's smoking weed, but I sense that she'd understand something was wrong anyway.
Boom. Power now. See?
Wow. Stop.
Why does Otis tell Emerald to stop the footage some 2 hours before the footage they're examining? Also, how does she stop it on somewhere in hour 21, and when the movie cuts back, the footage is already in hour 22? Also, why did they bother rewinding if they weren't going to look at the footage again?
What's a bad miracle?
When you sneeze, burp, fart, poop, and piss all at the same time. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Not saying what you were saying, so people have to ask if you're saying what they think you're saying, and I have to say what I think about them saying, are you saying what I think you're saying, cliche.
Like Oprah?
Yeah, like Oprah, for example.
Hey, that wasn't on Oprah.
I didn't say Oprah. You said Oprah. You love Oprah.
This Oprah's on for so long that I thought they were trying to manifest her, like Beetlejuice or the Candyman.
But I'm saying there's plenty of videos of flying shit online. I saw one the other day that wasn't on Oprah.
Also, it was probably not on Oprah because the Oprah Winfrey Show ended in 2011. Yet movies still somehow refer to it as if it's a program that's still on. Also, what is this jersey Emerald is wearing? It says coyote, like it's missing an S on the end, or as if someone thought that the plural of coyote was like the plural of sheep. Where can I get one?
The money shot. Undeniable, singular, the Oprah shot.
If this is some kind of euphemism where everyone in the audience is surprised by something under their seat, then I'm going to have to ask you to replace the undeniable with consensual.
Smell of horse and fresh air.
Employees who assume you're okay with casual swearing.
Whoa.
Angel is not immediately asked to leave.
So they changed the name to UAPs. No one knows what the fuck a UAP is.
All I'm going to say is that my college girlfriend had UAP long before Cardi B came out with WAP. So some people do know whether they want to or not. Cloverfield? 10 Cloverfield Lane! The Cloverfield Paradox! Hearts, stars, and horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons! OJ goes through the trouble of making this VFX ball that looks very similar to the one that spooked Lucky on set earlier. Now, I, for one, am very interested to see how this tool will factor into the story. This is great, because we never see this thing again for the rest of this movie.
Nope. Nope, I'm out.
Nope, and your heart is worth 2 in the barn. Kids! Also, movie raises our expectations about an alien encounter just so it can all over us. This is like those asshole kids in Jaws who put a fin on their back as a practical joke and panics an entire beach and distracted everyone so that the real Jaws could murder that one dude in the orange rowboat. Sneaking up on someone with Cheetos in hand, but not offering them any Cheetos. Also, just what is this out of nowhere shadow with the sinister score supposed to do for us in a movie about aliens? It's yet another you to people hoping for something to happen, that's what. Amazing, the day that they get the cameras installed, they manage to ramp up the number of jump scares around the ranch, none of which have anything to do with aliens.
Just calling to tell you that there's a bug on camera A.
I know. Wait, I thought I told you not to watch that.
Invasion of privacy aside, Angel leads with the praying mantis news and buries the lead that camera B is out. Furthermore, I know how interested this guy is in seeing aliens on a recording, but he called Emerald immediately about this, blowing his cover and potentially never getting to spy on them ever again.
Okay, you f***ing praying mantis. All right, you like Sour Patch Kids?
While throwing candy at a praying mantis may not be illegal, wasting Sour Patch Kids is unacceptable, especially when there is clearly a lower part of the roof that M could have climbed up to remove the mantis from the camera.
Nope. It's too much.
A nope saved is a nope earned. Movie thinks it can bring back Keith David in a flashback, and it'll make me forgive it for killing him in the first 5 minutes.
Hi.
Hey, so we couldn't get accurate video of the UFO because on our first try, a praying mantis covered the lens of one camera while the second camera went out. So let's call a professional cinematographer from that commercial we got fired from to see if he wants to shoot it for free.
I don't say you gotta knock a horse's out your damn hand.
Okay, I know nothing about the day-to-day activities on a horse ranch, but maybe you should go to his job and do that.
You make the cinematically impossible possible. Well, we're looking for the impossible shot.
That's impossible.
Mission Impossible Nebulous Photo Talk.
I mean, we have proof of aliens on video.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it proof.
How the f does she think that's proof? They've recorded a still cloud with no UFO visible. I feel like Emerald thinks this so that there's a reason for Angel to exist, so he can tell her why the video they've shot doesn't prove shit. Barry? How? Also, oh good, the Gordy section of the movie. This will be interesting, but it'll be like watching an entirely different movie within the movie we're watching. Kind of like the beginning of The Exorcist. Besides, Gordy was a terrible pig movie in 1995 that came out before Babe, so thanks for making me remember that.
Nope.
In the land of Nope, the one-eyed camera is king. The use of perspective in this scene is undeniable and is a masterclass in making what the camera doesn't see even more interesting than what it does. Wait a minute, 1998, but the Mad Magazine cover with the Gordy birthday episode on it was from July 1997. Why the is this guy casually walking down the steps right after Gordy went f***ing ape on the cast? Lucky by Britney Spears? Lucky by Jason Mraz? Get Lucky by Daft Punk? Lucky Store by Madonna? Lucky number 11! That was a weird one.
Ew, storm's coming. Just scarping up, just be safe.
You're just now telling him this?
Where are you going?
I'm gonna get lucky.
I think the movie thinks it's funny for everyone to be kind of a dick to Angel, but there is really no reason this response couldn't be conveyed loud enough for Angel to hear. It's almost like M and OJ don't want a guardian angel.
But first, my boy's gonna come out and do a little number for us. Would that be all right?
Asking people a yes or no question that you have no intention of accepting no for. Also, why does this production make the kids come out with their alien masks off before they do the number? Wouldn't you want to sell the illusion better by making them do the number, then tell the audience that they're your hellspawn? Jurassic Park goading a horse. Digestion. I've heard a lot of arguments suggesting the alien's design is supposed to resemble a camera aperture, but not one suggesting that it's the butthole of the old Instagram icon.
Damn, I was right. It's not a ship.
Yes, you're right, but I don't know what part of the experience you just had proved that it wasn't a ship. It doesn't act like any spaceships you've ever seen, sure, but have you seen any other non-human spaceships for comparison?
It ain't them, man. It ain't them all.
It's alive, Em. It's an animal.
Are you saying it's some sort of animal from an alien world? A predator, if you will? Have you considered calling Arnold Schwarzenegger or Danny Glover?
It's territorial, and it thinks that this is its home.
It's been surviving on one horse every once in a while for the last 6 months, despite being the size of 2 school buses.
Please, get us down here!
Given the themes of the movie, Jean Jacket holding its people food in its mouth all day and then chewing them at the last second for dramatic effect may very well be in character. But let this be a warning that if monsters are going to get meta, we're going to need some more backstory. How else would we learn to love a big Deadpool kite camera that's constantly looking at the camera? After seeing how many people were in attendance, I have to say that this amount of blood is not very believable. I sinned T-shirt and jeans earlier for juicing too little blood from its victim, so I am certainly giving a sin for the comedic volume it's willing to spill now that everyone knows it's a horror film.
Nope.
We've been through every kind of nope there is. A little bitty stinging nope, and a big old fat nope, nope that flew in sideways, and sometimes nope even seemed to come straight up from underneath. The camera lingering on the shot of this reflector tells me that it means something, and I'm more than willing to jump through the metal hoops to decipher the parallels and contrasts of reflectors, eyes, and cameras. But by the time we all come out of our stream of consciousness rabbit hole, we're going to find ourselves in a moody acid trip soundtrack by Corey Hart wondering what happened to our pants. We're not going to tempt fate by playing the slowed down version of the Corey Hart mega hit Sunglasses at Night, but why the f*** is it playing in slow motion? Yes, I understand that means the alien monster thing is probably close, so that's why it's only playing at half power, but the headlights of this van are fully on, and they should at least be flickering or strobing a little bit. I've got to admit, hearing the song slowed down definitely gives this scene an eerie soundtrack, which is more than likely 100% the goal, but I'm still sitting the f*** out of it.
Don't look it in the eyes, please.
It is one big, huge convenience that Levi's Sky Monster obeys the same don't look it in the sphincter rules that Lucky and Gordy go by.
The whereabouts of those 40 guests and employees of a local Western theme park are still unknown.
Antlers reviews footage of apex predators while listening to a new story about the giant alien in the sky that is the ultimate apex predator, giving the movie a giant kick of subtlety that we all needed.
You never go wrong with a fried fish sandwich.
As Arby's kicks in the door and says, "Hold my beef!" I'll admit that was confusing in multiple ways.
Heart to heart, bro. You know, like, read the room.
Acronyms made from all one-syllable words that you still have to explain.
Every animal got rules, right? We know what it wants, and we know how it comes, so...
You don't really know shit.
Angel would be excellent at CinemaSins. Look, I know Otis tried a thing one time and it worked, but before yesterday, the alien was fine eating horses and the occasional hiker, then it ate a whole audience. Its behavior is erratic at best. Movie was willing to bring Sunglasses at Night into this earlier, but now overlooks the perfect moment for the future so bright I gotta wear shades.
That was Juke. He got caught up trying to tame a predator. You can't do that. You gotta enter an agreement with one.
Oh. Huh?
You don't turn your back on a bear. You don't wear red around the boards like that.
In the middle of the plan to get evidence of the alien predator, Otis starts spouting out his advice for a successful career on Wall Street.
it. I call top hat.
Making it sound like taking the top hat is a it proposition.
What we're doing is important, right?
Movie on many occasions has felt entirely too much like Signs.
He was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
Thinking that if you strain the words of Sheb Woolley through Michael Wincott's gorgeous, gravelly voice, it'll make them seem super profound. Besides, the Purple People Eater just wanted to join a rock and roll band, so take his name out of your motherfucking mouth. But let's not totally forgive the Purple People Eater. He was kind of racist. What of this plan required the actual Monopoly money? Angel dings the movie for us. Canadian tuxedo! This helmet is all symbolism over function.
Guys, it's TMZ.
Third act motorcyclist shows up because the finale needed a motorcycle.
Pop quiz, guys. What happens when an electric bike going 60 miles per hour hits an anti-electric wheel going in the opposite direction?
I personally didn't think the wheels would just seize like that, but I also didn't expect this noise to come out of the rider. So the Sin is prefacing things with pop quiz.
Make a name for yourself.
OJ finding himself looking into a VFX ball just like Lucky was earlier in the movie is an excellent payoff for this stupid helmet. It highlights how that particular tool contributes to distortions of reality as well as complete fabrications. The movie and this scene in particular present multiple questions and ask us to consider how everyone, the creators, the subjects, and the audience are complicit in the spectacle. This fucking guy is wearing a helmet where you can't see his eyes, and while I grant that the alien might be able to see his eyes through that shit, I still think the movie is playing fast and loose with the don't look at the alien rule here. All this talk about the unhealthy things this alien's been eating, like the fake horse with the flags, and we don't talk about how much dirt this asshole's inhaled. I was not prepared for the alien organism to look like it was draped entirely in a giant blanket from Bed Bath & Beyond.
We don't deserve the impossible.
But I'd like to think we deserve some understanding of what is going on right now. Antlers getting eaten while trying to get one more shot seems to be something about cameras consuming the user, but since they already got the Oprah shot a few seconds ago, this feels like the metaphor was prioritized over motivation. Antlers versus Predator. Also, all of this to get that impossible shot. Who does this guy think he is, Roger Deakins? The destruction of Otis Sr.'s vinyl collection. It's kind of f***ed up that the tube man's eyes count as f***ing eyes to the alien. Lucky should have been named Convenience. As we see them both mounting different vehicles, OJ getting on a horse and M getting on an electric motorcycle, a number of things become suddenly clear about their relationship. There's a realization of what they could do together versus separately. OJ ties them to the past and the history of their family, while M understands the need for them to modernize and forge a new path. They both have had these qualities the entire time, but their individual relationship with their father was in the way of their unity. It's a sad, but also revelational way of conveying what it looks like to move on and what it takes to overcome, in this case, a gigantic space obstacle. The longer I think about this movie, the more sins I want to remove. So please just remove one before I get carried away. This would be great, except I don't think there's any chance that they can see each other at this distance with all that dirt blowing around. This is the perspective we saw a few seconds ago, which doesn't give me confidence they can adequately sign to each other. Is the alien pulling out all the stops here because it's mad? Or is it excited that it's hosting the next Summer Olympic Games? Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men are making this sequence way more like an OK Go music video than I think the production team intended. With the alien this close, why does the motorcycle still have power? How is there nobody around Jupiter's claim right now? No cops, no onlookers? Didn't a whole bunch of people just disappear from here like it was Roanoke? My liking of the Akira slide doesn't make it necessary for this scenario or mean the physics involved is any less confusing. Shitty tie-downs are tied down so conveniently shittily that it's shocking a light gust of wind didn't take away inflatable jupe a long time ago. This works, even though OJ said earlier that Jean Jacket wasn't going to f with flags anymore, and this thing has a bunch of flags. I guess Jean Jacket is back on its bullshit. Now the alien has decided to pursue a lifelong dream of being Doctor Strange's cloak. It is rather poetic that Jupe's balloon ends up killing the alien. Well, I guess that's what it did. The alien is still floating in the air after the balloon pops. But anyway, considering a pop balloon is what caused Gordy to go crazy and change Jupe's life forever, it's kind of nice to see his balloon saving the world at the end of this movie. Holy shit, Angel survived this! No amount of little Jupe pointing at what may or may not be the ghost of OJ is going to provide me clarity in how I feel about this shot. Is this my fault or the movie's? I don't know, but you don't either.
I see.
Ant, how we looking? Hey, I tell you what, you can take a good look at a butcher's ass by sticking your head up there.
I mean, I pretty much nailed it better than I could. No? Saturday Night Live?
It's Catan. He's just crushing it. He is a force of nature. He is killing on that stage.
I'm at it.
I'm watching. Is it the Franco the beans?
Welcome to Earth.
OJ! It's in the cloud!
What cloud? What cloud?
You tell young Valen I'm gonna paint Paradise Square with his blood. 2 coats.
Just don't look, just don't look.
There's a wheelchair on your roof.
There are too many leaves in your walkway.
You don't want to go that way.
You're lost, nobody.
I am awaited in Valhalla!